Hello, investors, and welcome to yet another 180 Markets Weekly Wrap. Well, friends, it's a season of the haves and the have-nots. And what I mean is it's earnings season. And we're seeing some companies with the likes of Kohl's, CBA, and the latest would be Qantas, where they are having record profits. But then on the other side, we are having a lot of retailers that's certainly having weak performance and more importantly, giving lower guidance. Ultimately, it just creates a lot of frustration and angst amongst investors as they see, as I said, these have and have nots, and it's certainly hard to satisfy everybody. But now let's turn on to the macro front. And what we're really noticing are these increased interest rates, and importantly, how those effects are going to have on asset allocation of normal investors. Because we look at the likes of NAB notes, National Australia Bank notes, which are now yielding circa 7.5%. A year or so ago, maybe you'd get 2%. So certainly that's going to cause a lot of changes in the way that people allocate money. And finally, let's talk about seasonality. That's right. It is footy season and the business time of year with finals just around the corner. But also for the stock market, it's the same thing. We are getting into the business time of the year, and it'll be really interesting to see what transpires. But now to talk about what went on in capital markets for the week, I'll turn it over to Sean.
Thanks, Greg, and welcome everyone to the weekly wrap. This is where we show you all the really exciting stuff and not too exciting stuff that happened this week. So we are in the middle of a pretty tough period in the market. It's dull, low volume, and there's not one sector in particular that's creating excitement. However, we're still very busy in the capital raising front. There's a lot of raises happening. And this week, there's actually been 3 IPOs. Be great to get a few more IPOs, new companies coming back on the market. It's been really slow. There haven't been a lot of new listings, but let's go through the new ones. So we've got 2 medical devices companies that have listed this week. The first one, let's take a look at Clio Diagnostics. So welcome to our lives, Clio Diagnostics. Taylor Collison's helped raise money for them at 20 cents. It was about $18 million. So it's trading slightly up from the issue price. And it's great to have another medical diagnostics company. And another one as well, CVB. So this one has done not as well. It actually was a 48-cent IPO done by the guys at Bell Potter. $25 million raised, and that's also a medical devices company. Clearly, the punters are liking the mining companies more. GDM, a new listing as well, 20-cent IPO. Well done to Pack Partners there. Mr. Umzalak raising money at 20 cents, $5 million. I wish I had taken some, but that one has done really well. Placements, there were quite a few. Let's go and look on everyone's favorite platform, 180 Markets. So EXR over here is raising $7 to $8 million. They do have a $76 million market cap. The price discount to the last price is 14% less. So let's take a look at Alexa Energy. Let's take a look at the 5-year chart. So this is pretty typical of most small and mid-cap companies in the ASX. They had massive run-ups in 2020, 2021 during those COVID years and have come down a lot since. So let's look over the last 1 year. So raising money at a new low for the last year. So hopefully now they've got the money in the bank, they'll be a lot better for it. BDX raising $2 million at 10 cents a share. Let's take a look at BDX, and they've had a massive run up from 7 to about 15 recently. So 10 cents is right in the middle there. Another medical biotech there raising money. What else do we have on the platform? Opthea, OPT, raising money at a pretty big discount. Let's take a look here. So they do come with options as well. That's a $280 million market cap. The options are at 80 cents. So let's take a look at OPT at the chart there. So let's look at the chart, Mr. Camera Boy. Pretty similar looking chart to the first one, and that's what we're seeing a lot of in the market at the moment. Stocks raising money right near lows, and who knows where the true lows will be. Now, finally, let's look at our new baby, Avecho, AVE. 180 Markets and Ignite Equity were co-lead managers there, joint lead managers, I should say, on the raise. So that was done. Let's take a look at the chart there of AVE. So it has had a bit of a run recently. This is a biotech, and they are raising money for stage 3. That's right, stage 3 clinical trials. So that'll get the trial going, and they will end up raising about $6 million. And each share came with 3 for 2 free attaching options. So that's AVEOA. Now I'm going to finish off the placements with one of the biggest lithium companies, if not the biggest, on ASX, Azure. I have mentioned them before. They have been a massive runner. I reckon just as long as, maybe even last week I mentioned them. So they raised money this week. It has been a long time coming. They actually received a indicative takeover option offer recently, which they declined, but they've decided to hit the till and raise $120 million. Now that'll bring me into young Jake, who's standing here pretty keen, who's going to bring us into some stocks that have moved with Azure.
Thanks for the segue, Sean. And just wanted to discuss a few neurology plays that are benefiting, obviously, from Azure's huge move. First one is RDN, Raiden Resources. Now you can see on the chart here, it's had a massive run. So it was basing at 0.3 of a cent, and they actually placed some shortfall at 0.3. And as you can see here, it's had a huge run and closed yesterday at 2.5 cents. And they've halted today for a capital raise, as you can see here, being the halt. Yesterday, they announced wide outcropping pegmatites at their Andover South project. And that tenement is right alongside Azure's. The share price went crazy yesterday. Another one that's benefiting from Azure is ERW, which is Illawarra Resources. So they've been bouncing up and down over the last couple of months, but it had a huge run this week from about 12 cents and currently trading at 21. They went up 20% yesterday and another 15% today just by flying a helicopter over Andover West.
All right, Mr. Camera Boy, this is my show. You can get off the seat and let me back in. With any more stocks you want to talk about?
No, just
good.
Discuss
Okay, good. Thank you. Neurology's done. All right, let's look at the down this week, and pretty interesting that we mention it, Iris, and that is the program that I'm using. Maybe we're not paying enough. I think we are, but let's look at that chart. So that fell all the way down from $10, and it's currently trading at $6.50. And quite a few brokerage houses have released downgrades after their announcement of profit was a lot lower than people expected. They sold revenue of $315 million. I'm obviously part of that, but it's obviously the market expected a lot more. Now, ups this week, more to what Jake was talking about, GRE, we have mentioned that one quite a bit. That's a lithium darling of the ASX. Remember when they had this run, it went up 5 times in 1 week on some announcements. So it has had a pretty good week, up 20%, and it's still in favor. SBR, another lithium stock there, up 35% on the day. Look at that. It's approaching new highs for the year. Let's look at the 5-year chart there. Not as good, but they do have runs pretty regularly. Now, we're going to finish off with a 180 Markets special. Now, I'd like to just tell everyone I want to reiterate what a behind the wall deal is. A behind the wall deal is when the market's usually closed and we release information about a capital raise that's not known to the market. We do these pretty regularly, so make sure if you want to participate in these, you accept the behind the wall terms, because quite a few people said they did not receive this deal, and we know a lot of people don't open all the emails from us. We know there are a lot, but some of them do contain information about deals. We raised money for 40S. Let's take a look here. This one was a behind the wall special about 5 months ago. We raised money for them down here at 3.6 cents. Now, great, it was good. A lot of investors made money, but we do know a lot of investors sold out. Whether they made money or lost money is probably not that important at the moment. This company we knew had massive, it had some news that we knew would be released around now. Obviously, we weren't sure if it was good or bad, but we structured this deal that investors would receive a free option to come with the raise. Now, the option had an exercise price of 5.5 and they're trading at 14 cents. So I'm proud to say all investors that took that deal are going to make huge returns on those options. Now, a lot of investors like listed options, but we especially kept these unlisted because we knew if they were listed, people would just sell, maybe make a cent or two. But with unlisted options, the beauty is you have to wait to exercise and then you receive upside like this. So we don't like giving ourselves a pat on the back, but well done 180 Markets on that capital raise. All right, that's going to finish it. Have a great weekend, everyone. The sun's out in Melbourne. Hopefully the Blues have another win. We'll see you all next week.
Thanks for watching another 180 Markets Weekly Wrap. If you want access to thousands of capital raises, sign up at 180markets.com.au and you'll get access to our very next capital raise. Thanks for watching.